friends, I'm still under the impression of the election for the presidency of the European Parliament held on Tuesday. I was both honored and proud to be the candidate of the European of Nations and Freedom political group. Throughout the campaign and the day of elections, I was moved by your support. This candidacy was about raising a flag and start a fight so our ideas echo in all European nations. Everything we do defines us. This is the reason why all our actions will be the echo of demands raised by our nations we represent. We achieve our aim. We managed to send our message to all the states in Europe. We must engage in a deep reform in order to offer back the sovereignty deprived from the nation states. We fought and we won. Our message reached our citizens. Nothing can stop us now because we represent the willing of those who believe in their destiny and the values they defend throughout history. Once again, thank you. Dear colleagues, this year, important elections will take place in France, Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands. Among us, we have the politicians who can win and govern those countries. The message we receive from our citizens on a daily basis, the message transmitted to patriot parties in Europe, is that we can obtain good results out of these elections. It is very important to stay united and support each other, to show that we have some solution to citizens' problem, and most of all, it is important to rebuild the confidence in the futures of Europe of nations. The current realities have taken Europe aback, unprepared and paralyzed. It has been many years already. Europe is crushed under a series of shocks. The causal factor of economic disaster, monetary crisis, refugee crisis, unemployment, poverty, hunger is found within the shabby intra-communitarian policy without no connection to the real life. Therefore, we must not disappoint those who share a patriot political option. Dear colleagues, I have faith in the future, as you also do. Nowadays, in Europe, there is a great potential of return to identity and national values. We have a huge opportunity to undertake right now. This opportunity is originated from our innate need for national identity. The domination the centrist parties had for a while can be now refuted. Our political enemies, so-called traditional parties, use the national topic to gain political capital, and for them, patriotism is used as a pretext to respect political fairness. Political fairness does not make great leaders. Today's politicians, those who have undertaken the responsibility of hundreds of millions of people, don't want to accept that the nation state, based on culture and traditions, are Europe's founding base. As philosopher Immanuel Kant said, sapere aude, dare to know. In front of you, you had three people who are not afraid of change. Marine Le Pen, Frauke Petri, Geert Wilders, Matteo Salvini, Harald Wilimski, Tomio Kamura, Marcel de Graaf, Janice Atkinson, Markus Pretzel. We do not fear for change. Dear friends, the European Union that we have today has exhausted its resources both on an internal level in managing its problem at an external level in this global role. We need a deep reform from the ground, from the fundamental treaties. Without such a deep reform, the European Union cannot continue to function anymore. This is not because of Eurosceptics. It is sometimes speculated, but because the EU has gone against its fundamental cells, that is the national state. As philosopher Descartes said it once, I doubt, therefore I exist. Those who don't know that are contesting the existence of the European civilization itself. Let us be happy that there are still people who continue to believe that doubting make progress. No one owns the absolute truth. Particularly the refugee crisis, the factor that decisively favored the Brexit vote, is the proof that those who lead Europe at this moment in history will take it astray. This is the moment when we, those who are Europe, need to accept that we live in changing times, in times of redefinition of identity and of the position of the states in the political and economical global context. For all of these reasons, I believe we need a new Europe, a Europe of nations, strong nations. Dear colleagues, the picture that I sketched in my speech has to encourage and mobilize us. Each and every country has to make its own choices based on its value, its own history, and its own particular interest, all within a Europe of nations where we all belong. We need a Europe of traditions, an authentic freedom, a Europe with a multipolar policy that respects the idea of stability and security shared by all member states. The reform has to be initiated from the bottom to the top, starting from the will of the people and the communities in Europe, and not the other way around. From hidden groups of interest that take decisions behind the closed door. We want a Europe of national states that cooperate with each other based on those principles. I believe that Europe cannot be strong if its components are weak. Let's strengthen the states, and then Europe will be strong. Dear friends, we need a Europe having its own historical values. We need a Europe that is ours, that belongs to each country. We need a Europe of our traditions. We need a Europe of nations that ensures stability and security for all its citizens. This is my duty and my real motivation. We need to become the creators of a new and a free European construction with sovereign nations cooperating with each other. Thank you very much.